Welcome, Dawn Elle Davis, and I'm here to do the Soulcast and Energy Report. It's been a while. I haven't been doing this every month, but I got the urge, the call from Spirit to hop on here and to deliver and to do this. And so here I am. Without further ado, I want to do a quick recap for September. September was a 9 month and a 9 year. So if you follow numerology, nine denotes completion, mastery in some ways. It's humanitarian energy. So if you found yourself last month with the eclipse season going through the ringer, it was a tough one. I think life has been tougher for people recently. I know with my friends, my clients, everybody seems to have a challenge or something happening. And I just want to encourage you to know, number one, you are not alone. Number two, you're not making things up. Things have been a little more difficult. And you may ask why? Well, it's because the astrology, and maybe it's more of the divine plan, is here to awaken us to the greater depths of who we are. See, when external reality gets very uncertain and dark, like you're blindfolded, what and who do you rely on? Do you rely on the news or your bank account or your relationship or whatever it may be? Or do you get really quiet and still and connect to your heart and connect to the divine? Because the latter is always, always going to be the thing that will set you free. In a world that seems like it's on fire lately, you gotta have a non-negotiable relationship with the divine, God, source, whatever you want to call it. Because we're going through a massive, massive awakening in our consciousness. And it may seem like you're just having more trials and tribulations lately, or maybe things have been really good for you, but whatever you're going through, I really just want you to stay in a specific lane moving forward. If you were on the freeway and you want to cruise along, get in you decide, I want to be in that fast lane. And I want you to be in the fast lane for a reason, because I want you to not buy into linear time. I want you to believe that you are being directed and you know where you're going. I want you to go into October with the courage to know what you want to see happen, to pre-pave, because October is a beautiful month to manifest. And there's a lot of really cool astrology. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It might be a little less intense because we're not in an eclipse anymore. But if you can pre-pave and think about, how do you want to feel at the end of October when you're out trick-or-treating with your kids or something, or whatever you do on Halloween when it's the last day of the month, and hopefully you're not stuffing your face with candy. Just, I don't. I used to. Oh my God. Now I just like tell myself, no. Uh, but whatever you're doing, I want you to work in such a way that you know where you're headed, that you have plugged into the GPS system of your life, the coordinates for who you want to be and where you want to go. So that means this month I want you to have specificity. I want you to get clear about what it is that you'd love to see happen at the end of this month. And we always say to God, this or better. We're in really interesting times in our lives. And so October is this new opportunity. We just finished out a month that was, like I said, brought us some opportunities to grow and evolve. And we're at this threshold right now. And I want you to think of moving into this month as getting in the lane where you get to cruise and you get to go, and you're not applying yourself to linear time. You are applying yourself to like God time, where you can move mountains and create miracles because you're not just focused on the 3D world. Boo, boring. Right? I mean, think about it. I was sharing with one of my future self circle, which is my membership group where I go live every month and teach. And I was telling the gals in the Telegram channel, I was saying, I got a tax thing happen yesterday that I wasn't expecting. And I am working on one of my compass words for the year because I, teach future self embodiment. So we need to know our compass, like what are the words that we're working with for the year? And I always tell everybody pick four. And one of mine is prosperous. And I was laughing because yesterday I did not feel prosperous. Yesterday I felt like I got gut punched and I was like, wait a second, this is not in my timeline of what I was expecting. But I paused and I let myself feel the disappointment because I have this money saved for my wedding next month and all this stuff. And so it was really just kind of coming to this place inside of me of, oh wow, this is a bummer that I didn't see this one coming, but okay, let me chill, let me come down from crazy train and be with what's happening, accept it. And I heard this little voice inside of me, and I want you to, do you have this voice when you have challenges? That voice that was like, why is this happening to me right now? Well, probably because I decided that I'm going to step into the most prosperity I can. And I'm not waiting till some, year-long timeline in this future self circle group where, okay, at the year long, okay, now I finally become prosperous. No, I'm embodying it now, which meant yesterday when I felt scarcity, I had to rewire and change my energy. I share this with you because we're being tasked with this. The bigger your dreams, sometimes the bigger the challenge, the bigger the test. And I don't mean it to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to ask for something big because I'm afraid of the test that come. No, you should not be afraid for the test. You should just understand that the test will come and that you are more than equipped to face whatever is happening. So for this month of manifesting in October, what do you need to do to come into acceptance over what is already happening in your life? Do not resist. If I would have resisted yesterday, I mean, I literally, I did have some tears. I'm not going to lie because it caught me off guard and I was pissed. I was like, oh my gosh. But then I thought to myself, well, okay, I'm prosperous. And a prosperous person attracts in opportunities all the time. So, what do I need to do to get back in that magnetic energy, that receptive mode, and trust that the challenge is leading me to the very thing that I want? So, I'm going to start with that for you because that is a big message that's coming through for October of accept. And if something looks like it's going in the opposite direction of what you're asking for, get excited because that means that you're one step closer to what it is that you're asking for. Okay. Because the card for October is movement, choices, and decisions. And I love this card because it really fits the Libra energy that we're playing in. We're in Libra up until the 22nd, where we move into Scorpio. Libra is the balancer, it's harmony, it's ruled by Venus. It loves the aesthetic. It's beautiful. My daughters are both Libra risings, ironically, and they are like the negotiators, the equalizers. They're always like the peacekeepers with everybody. So I live with Libra energy, and I love the beauty of it. I love finding the beauty in life. Everywhere I go, I'm looking for something beautiful. The flowers, the sunset, the this. And if you live your life like that, looking for the beauty, I promise you, you're going to amplify your ability to receive. Okay. So, but this month is going to require you to make a decision. So if you've been on the fence about something, if there's something where you're like, I'm not sure if I want to go in this direction, it's time. It's time to make that decision and to start to move forward and clarify and decide and commit and go and go. Okay. So, whatever that is, it's something in your real world. And don't subscribe to linear time because linear time is going to slow you down. I'm a futurist. I teach future self embodiment. So, in that methodology, we don't worry about 3D, what's happening in the 3D timelines. We don't say, oh, this can never happen because your life could shift in a day. I, the money that I have to deal with for my taxes, I can make back tomorrow. Like that's how quick time can change if I'm in the right frequency. If you're in the right frequency to receive what it is that you want. So are you willing to make the decisions? Are you willing to trust the plan? Are you willing to show up for what it is that you want in October? So I want you to tell me in the comments, first of all, if you had to pick one area of your life that you really want to focus on for the month, what is that area? What is it? For me, it's going to be an overflow of abundance. I'm getting married next month and I just want to feel, I just want to be able to do all the things and spoil my family. So an overflow of abundance. What is it for you? Okay. So what are the choices and decisions that you are willing to make on a day-to-day basis that will align you with the outcome that you want to receive? GPS coordinates, you know where you want to go. What do you need to, if you're kind of reverse engineering it, what do you need to kind of decide and do each day that would allow you to receive the benefit of the outcome that you want, or better than that? Okay, so that's the first thing. So for the first week of October, which is today, I'm actually doing this on the first. And if you're new to me, I just launched in because actually this is the second time I'm recording it because I made a mistake on my first one. Lucky me. These Soulcast and energy reports are to help you align with the highest energetics to propel you forward for the month. So yes, I know a lot about astrology. I really, really do. And I'm proud of that. And I'm channeling. I'm channeling and I'm offering advice from spirit to help you move forward. Okay. So the first month, or first week, I should say, what's the card? The crown chakra. The crown. So for this card, let's kind of get in the energy of what does the crown chakra? Well, first of all, if you don't know what the crown chakra is, it's right above your head, right? It's our entry point to source and spirit. It supports us in connecting to the quantum field. Really, to me, it's your relationship with the divine, with God. And what if this whole week you focused on that being resourced? Because I was thinking to myself how crazy everything seems to be lately, and how if you are looking to the external world to make you feel safe, then you're going to feel like you're on fire because it's not gonna do that for you. Right now, we have to double down on our relationship with God and spirit. And that could be your version. It could be universe to you. It could be whatever. This is not about religion. This is about spirituality. This is about your ability to feel resourced within yourself. If you need something to be a certain way so that you could feel safe in your environment, this is the week that you got to rewire that. You got to trust. You got to work with you might feel blindfolded right now. You might feel like, God, I'm in a lot of uncertainty and I don't know how this problem that I have in my life is going to be solved. But the divine already has the solution to your problem. If there's a problem, there's already a solution to it. So you just need to get out of the way and allow the resources to come, allow the answers to come, which means you need to be in relationship with your higher self and God. If you are not taking out time on a day-to-day basis to be resourced within yourself, heck, we have Saturn in Pisces right now. Pisces is the spirituality, it's the intuition. It's there, it's kind of finishing its tour through Pisces and before it goes back into Aries. And so much of our lives and what we do, it's divinely inspired. But if you're too busy and too distracted, you are not going to hear your answers. As a matter of fact, you may just feel like a chicken with your head cut off running and you're going to be on autopilot. And I say this all the time, when you're like that, you miss the answers. You don't hear those creative ways to deal with things because you're just too spent and too busy doing stuff just to keep you from having to actually deal with things. So if you find yourself this week numbing or distracting, I'm going to really encourage you to find your way back to your meditation mat or prayer or church or whatever it is that is your deal. For me, it's my meditation every morning from 7 to 7:30. That's where I talk to God. That's where I do energy work on myself. It's all the things I do to really make sure I'm in alignment, and I ask questions so I can receive the answers. So this is very much about your frequency this week and trusting and having faith that the divine is holding you, that you are supported, that you are loved, and that everything is going to work itself out. Okay. I know I need to say that message that's coming straight from spirit. Like everything is working itself out, even if appearances seem otherwise. Everything is working itself out. And how can you fine tune yourself energetically so that you can feel safe walking forward with a blindfold on? Can you activate your senses? Can you listen to somebody's voice? Is there a friend or support system that can help you with some of your questions in your life right now? Is there a way to move your body so that you feel really grounded and connected to the earth? All of these senses need to be activated this week because we're operating on kind of working in the field of not being able to exactly see what's happening, but knowing that there's a lot unfolding that is for our benefit. Okay, so that's what's going on the first week. So I want you to tell me what area of your life, put it in the comments, where you feel you're blindfolded and you would love some support. Let's all kind of come together, and maybe if if I see your comment, I'll put a little prayer out there for you, send you some good energy. But I want to know, where are you blindfolded? Where do you feel like you're on the, maybe not even on the struggle bus, but you just have a lot of uncertainty, wondering when is this going to change? And the antidote to fear is to take action. Okay, so find your way to take action, whether it's through your routines. And remember, the card for the month is movement, choices, and decisions. So you got to take action. Okay, working with the divine is a co-creative process. It's not just let me sit on my butt and do nothing. It's like, okay, God's whispered this in my, I got this download in my ear of I need to go talk to this person. Well, by gosh, you better go talk to that person. You better go get that thing done, because if you don't listen to these directives, you miss out on the juiciness and the medicine and the potency of what is supposed to unfold for you. People are always like, I need more information before I take action. No, you don't. You just need the next step. Stop trying to overthink everything. You don't need to be an analysis paralysis. You need to just go and don't be rash, but take some aligned action. Okay. So next card for the week of the 6th, we have spiritual union. And this is also there's a full moon in Aries. And it's just so interesting that we get this card because this is Aries energy is the individual. Libra is partnerships. So we're balancing the two. And back in Aries season, we were really working with that energy of, how do I be my unique self within the dynamic of relationship? Because you need to know who you are, know thyself. Otherwise, you're going to show up in relationships and you're going to edit yourself or not be fully who you are. And that is a shame. It really is. You should be in relationships that allow you to be you beautiful being. So the spiritual union is it's a 2 card again. So here we're seeing the energy of partnerships again. Before, you're partnering with the universe to make the right decisions and choices. That's for the whole month of October. But this is partnering with the right people. Who are you in spiritual union with? First and foremost, be in union with yourself. Okay. Be authentic to who you are. I want you to do a little kind of inventory. Like, are you speaking the truth that you need to speak? Are you showing up in the ways that you need to show up? Or are you holding back? Because if you're holding back, that is going to hold back your manifestation. You don't realize this, but all those open tabs that you have, they hinder your progress forward. They do. You think that thing that you're thinking about all the time in your head, but you don't tell that person, you don't think on an energetic level that's not wreaking havoc. It is. People feel that stuff. There is a quantum field of energy that everybody is, it's a super highway of telepathic information. So if you're thinking bad thoughts about somebody, quit it. Just handle your shit. Like, go talk to that person. Go do the thing. To go do the forgiveness work. What do you need to accept about the people in your environment? What do you need to change this week? Full moon in Aries is going to illuminate your boldness, your leadership, your individuality. And how can you use that in your spiritual partnerships, your spiritual unions? So spiritual union is not just your lover. It could be your soulmate best friend. It could be the group of people that you hang out with that are there to support you in your highest. And if they're not, then you should probably reconsider. I'm gonna say that for me, I've had to get rid of friends that were putting their jealousy and envy on me. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for people to like poo-poo my dreams. Like, sorry, but that's not allowed here. Bye-bye. And I'm not saying that like somebody can't say to me in some way, shape, or form, like, I can't believe you're doing that, or you want that in your life, or what. I've had all that kind of stuff because I'm fantastical. But if you can't hold space for what dreams I have when I'm holding space for what dreams you have, then over time that's going to wear and tear. And you got to be like, okay, this isn't worth it. I want to be my authentic self. You want to be your authentic self. You want to surround yourself with people that allow you to find your unique expression and to give that to the world. And I'm getting this energy that the full moon is really going to highlight your unique expression and what a gift you are to the people around you. And really seeing how your fullest expression and authenticity is needed in this world as a contribution to the collective. Because when you're happy and you're able to be you, it really helps other people. It's a permission slip. So I want you to think about that this week of like, how can you really embrace and embody who you want to be and who you're becoming? And don't be afraid to make some changes in this area. So, and I'm also hearing for some people, there's a refinement in your relationships. Maybe a big conversation needs to be had. Maybe there's um like more love coming in, more harmony and balance within your love. And I am feeling like a disciplined energy. What I mean by that is if you are more disciplined in your love, how would you show up in your partnerships, your friendships? How would you show up? And for some that can be a really interesting question. I mean, are you leaking energy? Are you the friend? I used to have a friend that would do this. Like whenever she was upset, she would just like hot potato and throw all her energy at me. And I'd be like, whoa, I would feel slimed. I'm like, I don't want that. So I really want you to think about how are you showing up? Are you disciplined? Are you a listener or are you just the talker? You know, like are you, when you see people, are you just like me? Like I need help. I'm the victim. My life is falling apart. Or are you like, hey, I want equal Libra balanced energy. I listen just as much as maybe you listen more than maybe you find yourself more of service this week, giving more than you're receiving. It's important. So I want you to notice who makes you feel one in your life with yourself. And I don't mean that's kind of a weird way to say it, but union is oneness with the divine. Who in your life is part of that equation? I know I'm getting real spiritual here, but you want people that can share in that energy with you. It doesn't mean you have to be talking about it all the time, but it means, like, for instance, my partner and I, my fiance, my soon to be hubby, we have a relationship rooted in the divine. I mean, God is a huge part of our relationship, our spiritual practices, the way we view life, the way that we want to be integral to who we are and to other people. And so our union helps my union with the divine. So I want you to think about that with the people that you call in. Who are your people that support you and make you feel closer? And maybe who drags you down and might need a little bit of a kind of wake up call, throw some cold water in their face, because this Aries full moon feels a little bold, and it's kind of like, hey, I need to really I need to be clear on my intentions about who I'm surrounding myself with and what that really looks like moving forward to who I'm becoming. So, and it could be the relationships for some people. Like, we are in Libra territory, we are in relationship territory. So for maybe some of you, it's like new partnership, meeting somebody new, something deepening. It's all those fun things. Okay. So there you go. Let's move into the 13th, where Venus enters Libra. So Venus rules Libra. So, ooh, there is some lovely, lovely energy because Venus is at home in Libra because it's the ruling planet. So let's see. So the truth, we get the truth card. Oh boy, when I feel this card, like immediately I feel the energy of revelations, like something be revealed to you, like revelations of like, oh my God, I didn't know that was happening, or the truth coming out. Um, it's really interesting with Saturn being in Pisces because Pisces can be delusional sometimes, like the energy, and no offense if somebody's a Pisces, but it's ruled by Neptune. It's very mysterious, very watery, but sometimes the truth just has to come out. And Saturn's like, hey. And Saturn's just been all over the place this month. I know when I was looking at the astrology, I was like, oh my gosh. So this card to me feels like you cannot hide the truth. The truth will come out. So if you're in a situation where you feel like things have been unfair or unjust, like trust that the truth will come out. It's coming out this week. And on a deeper level, so that might just be for some of you, it's the truth of your soul. Like, what does your soul need right now? Like, what have you been denying about your life that you really need? Like, if you can honor your own truth, like, who gives two shits about like what's happening in the collective? I mean, I care about all that stuff, but I mean, I'm talking about the nonsense, the somebody on Instagram and oh, their pretty profile and oh, I'm making so much money and I'm this and I'm that. And it's like, oh, look at me. And it's like, okay, I am so sick and tired of the highlight reels. Like, give me something real already. Okay. I'm so over that. And I think everybody's getting to a point where it's fucking boring. It's like nobody life, like it's like there's a richness to life right now because it's more challenging and people want depth. They don't care about what freaking purse you have. I'm sorry. Or, it's like fun to see those things, but that's not real. I literally was listening to a podcast today where Madonna was being interviewed by Jay Shetty. Okay, this is a woman who has everything: money, fame. I mean, Christ, she's 67 and she looks like she's 40. Granted, she has access to all the plastic surgery or whatever she wants to do, but she's still like just stunning, talented artist, one of the most iconic artists of all time. And the truth of her soul that she was talking about was that even with all those things, it still felt empty without a connection to something bigger and deeper. So I'm going to challenge you this week, the week of the 13th. What is the truth? The little white lies that you've been telling yourself. What is it you need to see about your reality that is out of order, that needs to be adjusted and redirected? Don't lie to yourself and pretend like, let's say if you're in a partnership with somebody that you aren't really in love with, like stop lying to yourself. Stop going into a job that you freaking hate. Like I say these messages, but it's like, I know it takes so much courage and boldness to give up something in your life that is the golden handcuffs that like works, but isn't really what you want. It's the prostitute archetype. Carolyn Miss, I was just talking about it in one of my groups. I Manifestor, my 6-month transformational program to help you become your future self. I was talking about it in there because so often we tell ourselves that what we're doing is okay when really deep down it's not. And you waste time and you delay the inevitable of what you really want by pretending. The falsities, oh, the niceties of like, oh, let me be nice to this person, but I really can't stand them. Okay. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but you know, with health, spirit keeps going back to, spirit is so focused on health, by the way. Can't get away from it. If you have to make any choices or decisions this month, be grounded and take care of your health, take care of your physical vessel. But the example they were giving me, it's the person who says they want to lose weight and they still keep eating all the foods and not going to the gym and lying to themselves. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. And it's like, why do you keep lying to yourself? Like, what benefit does that give you? So this is a week of seeing things from a new perspective. It's a wake up call. There might be something in your reality that's like pushing you and saying, hey, that's not your truth. That's not the reality that you want. Wake up, do something different. What do you need to do to awaken to the higher consciousness of who you really are and what you are here to do? Who do you really want to be? Stop pretending. So this is a week of just like, feels like somebody like spirits like clapping hands and saying, okay, come on, let's get to it. You have gifts. You have all these amazing things you're here for. Stop wasting your life and doing stuff that you don't like. So whatever it is, could be so minute and small for you. It might just be like a little limiting program that you're working with that you're like, okay, I got to get rid of this. Or it could be something really big that needs to be changed because your life wants like what spirit is saying is things need to be reordered. And if you follow the truth of your soul, you cannot go wrong. They're actually praising you for following the truth of your soul, for being brave enough to choose the path less followed, to follow the music of your soul. That's the energy with this truth card. There are no consequences, by the way, when you align with your soul, because that means you're in expansion. Yes, some of the decisions you make, maybe quitting that job that you hate might be really hard because you're like, how am I going to get another job? Or what is this going to look like? And I'm not saying make brash decisions, but I'm just saying don't lie to yourself about it. Give yourself the room and the space to make different decisions and choose other things. Make the plan for it because you're going to get the wake up call. Something's going to alert you to it. It's like cold water in your face. It's like, oh gosh, that's shocking. I don't like that. Okay. So act on your truth. No more white lies. Get real with yourself because this week will be full of revelatory information that will support you in aligning with your highest timeline. And some of it might be shocking because it might be from the collective. It might be coming from a friend. I don't know, but there's going to be some truth that you're like, and for some of you, you might be like, I'm already living in my truth. I already know it. It might just be you saying, oh, there's that thing happening in my reality that I need to shift. It might not be that big of a deal, but for those of you who have really been in denial of something and really ignoring something, it's going to rear its ugly head this week. I'm just saying for the 13th. Okay. So you get to deal with it in the most beautiful, positive way. It's not a negative thing. It's a like, let's take care of business. Let's do it. Okay, so for the 20th, we have a new moon that week in Libra. I'm sorry. Yeah, in Libra. And then we have, is that right? And then the very next day we go into Scorpio season. Okay, so let me see. What's the 20th? The teacher, the Hierophant. So all of this feels so tied in. But this is a card, it's a 5 card, so it's about changes into your environment, to your life. And it's about questioning. And the Hierophant is the student becomes the teacher, teacher becomes the student. So that's the meaning of the card. But underneath that, what I'm really receiving is all this blue energy. And it's this energy of breathing and feeling really I just get this like sense of relief and just joy that you have aligned with some really amazing people in your life. Like I feel like this week you might have some gratitude over, if a couple weeks ago you kind of like started to like take some inventory of who's in your life, who creates spiritual union. This is the week you get to celebrate it and you get to really look at like how you're growing by who you surround yourself with, who are you partnering with in life, who's teaching you, who are you teaching, what do you, and that could be of being of service, right? But this energy feels really good, like really spacious, really lovely, because it feels like you're finding your soul tribe. It feels like you're aligning with the people and you have a support system, and there's so much gratitude over that. So I want you to look for that this week. We've already been kind of reviewing relationships, but we're in the final like new moon in Libra review, and you're going to be placing your intentions for the next 6 months. And so when it comes to the Libra, which is the seventh house of partnerships and relationships, I want you to get excited for what has been working for you. And maybe you're looking at who you get to collaborate and partner with moving forward. What would be your pie in the sky collaborations and things that you want to do? Maybe you've been working on some projects and you're like, oh my God, this would be so juicy if I could bring this person on my podcast, if I could work with this person or do this philanthropy or whatever it may be. This week is going to have some of that energy, but you're going to be learning something this week. You may find that you are gravitating towards a new teacher. Maybe you are like, I need to work on myself. I'm going to get a therapist or a coach or a trainer or whatever. But there's this energy of like really wanting to refine yourself, getting clarity on the support that you need that would help you move forward. For some of you, you're going to be in that support role. I know even though I'm in a supporting role, I still need my people that help me. I really do, because I'm in service to others. So I still need to have that self-reflection and growth. And I need to question a lot of times these limitations I put on myself. And so this card is really asking for some change this week. And besides the people and the soul tribe and all of that, I want you to like look even more finite at what is showing up and needing some change around maybe what you're learning or what you're digesting or ingesting. Like it's really like it's an interesting, it's like the overall theme I get for this week is nourishment. So you're being nourished. Do you feel like your mind is being nourished by what you're learning, or maybe you're seeking out that support? Are you being nourished by your beliefs and your emotions and how you're feeling? Like this is really like looking at that nourishment, because something might need to change. There's like this energy of shift, and you already had the truth, the white lies last week, where you're like, okay, what did I see? And now maybe you had some clarity of like, oh, I've been lying to myself in this area and I need to make some changes. And this is the week that you start to make some changes. And you say, I really need help with my body. I need a nutritionist, or I need to get rid of this limiting belief that makes me think that 3 o'clock in the afternoon is the best time to snack and eat, all the goodies and things that I shouldn't be eating because I'm trying to be in the best shape. I don't know. I'm making stuff up, but that's the energy. Hierophant, coming into more mastery with something, learning something, being the student, being around the people that can help you. It's almost like you're absorbing the nourishment that they're offering. I love being around people that are already way ahead of me in life and doing things that I want to learn and emulate. They really help me to speed up time. Okay, so there's that. And then we go into Scorpio season, like I said, on the 22nd. And now we have the last day of the week. So let's see what the card is for the last week, the 27th. Halloween week, one of my favorite holidays because of the kitties. And we have stand your ground. Got so much energy with boundaries and people and things this month. But we're in Scorpio season now. So we're in shadow work season. And this card really to me is like, don't give up. Whatever you've been working on, whatever you're doing, however you're ending the month. Remember, we started this month with manifesting. So first week you're aligning with the divine. The second week you're looking at your relationships and those that bring you closer to your dreams. Maybe taking inventory of what you need to let go of. Then you're seeing the truth that third week. What are the white lies? Where is there discrepancies in your reality? And then you're getting the support the week of the 20th. You're learning from somebody, or maybe you're the teacher. You're letting go of some limiting beliefs. And then we come to this. It is like, you've been doing a lot of work this month. Do not give up. This is a 7 card. It's your frequency. Just like the crown chakra card is about your frequency. It's about the energy that you're living in that is going to magnetize and create your reality. And you might be fighting for something. You might be working towards something that you might feel a little wobbly about, but don't falter. Trust the process, trust the plan. You have to show up for it this week. You really got to show up. Don't give up because there's miracles and blessings on the other side. And sometimes we just have to walk through our fear. You may have something that you're afraid of, and you're like, oh, I just don't want to face it. I just don't want to deal with it. But they're like, no, 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 no. You have to face it. You have to walk through that fire to get to the other side where there's going to be blessings and you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So, boundaries. Where do you need to stand up for yourself? Where do you need to have that reconciliation? Where do you need to let go? Where do you need to forgive? What do you need to do to stay in an exalted energy? And being that we're in Scorpio, sometimes there's a lot of shadow work. There's a lot of like, the more that you receive, the more the shadows are going to come alive and you're going to see, the things that are sometimes challenging. And maybe that's what you have to stand your ground for, is just to be like, okay, yeah, I can handle this. I can see my shadows. I can see the shadows in the world. It's not going to take me down. I can transmute that to the light. This very much feels like first and second chakra related. You might be closing out some karmic ties with people. There might be some resolution to something that you've been dealing with, that you're like, thank God, I'm ready to move on. I'm over this. I'm done. Like, I need to like close that tab so I can have other things to focus on. So that's the energy. But whether you're, in some situation or not, I want you to really look at your boundaries this week, plain and simple. I want you to address where you might be leaking energy, where you might be too absorbent of what's going on in the collective. Are you taking on too much from people? Are you a shell of yourself because you just keep people pleasing and doing all these things? Or are you really in a good place? And if you are, freaking celebrate that, because I know it's hard to be in our boundaries sometimes. I'm also getting that when you are able to let go of some of the density in the first 2 chakras, you really come in a beautiful aligned space in your solar plexus, and you have so much power to move things forward, power to let things evolve into the next thing of what they're supposed to be. Momentum. It's a really beautiful energy. And I'd love for everybody to come into that place of power. So let me know in the comments, like, what are you dealing with this week that you're kind of wrapping up, like you have to stand your ground, you're integrating. And see this month as a storyline of manifesting. And I already kind of went through all the weeks, but really how each week can build on each other, how when you have your own back and when you're willing to stand up for what you believe in, then that's a really beautiful place to be. It takes a lot of resiliency to do that in a world that like sometimes pushes us down. So I'm going to really applaud you for your ability to stand up for what you believe in this week. And whether it's just something with your kids or standing up for the fact that you know you need a nap one day or your health is important to you, whatever it may be, you deserve to take care of yourself and have that self-care. And some of this feels like there's a burned out energy. There's a little bit of like weariness or kind of tired from everything. And I'd love for you to make sure that your self-care is just on point. Okay, guys, if you are interested in going deeper with me and doing a session, reach out to me. I still do channeled healing sessions where I can really help you get deep clarity about where you're at in your life and where you want to go, because everything is through the lens of the future self, and I can tell you exactly where you're blocked. Love these sessions. And if you're a healer, reach out to me because I have a healer mini mind that is going to be all about becoming your future self now as a healer and really separating yourself from the crowd. There's so much cookie cutter right now online and algorithms and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're going to move past all that. We're going to move past all that, and we're going to work with your consciousness and magnetize who and what you want to do in your business so that you can have the success and be of service in the way that you desire. So reach out to me if you're curious. I hope you have an incredible October, and I will see you guys soon.